Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. We need to get into the Man United Europa League game against Omonia. Away from home tomorrow at 5:45. Ten Hag's press conference has just finished up around 40 minutes ago. And there's a lot to unpack. Because I'm used to doing these previews and starting 11 predictions before the press conferences. But now that I got some information from Ten Hag, look, we can pretty much see what team he's going to play tomorrow. And I did think he was going to go with quite a bit of changes. I was expecting 5, 6, 7 changes. But with Wan-Bissaka out, Van de Beek out, both of them with... Ten Hag doesn't know when these two men are coming back. And Van de Beek being one of those players who I expected to see in the Europa League this season, not being available is a big shame. And this guy needs to go. Wan-Bissaka, this guy hasn't started since, I don't even know. Like, I completely forget we have Wan-Bissaka at times. Maguire and Varane are not available. Even if Varane was available, I doubt he would have played him because we've got Everton on Sunday. And that's it. Tomorrow, it's as simple as this. He's going to play Martinez and Lindelof at centre-back. That's what he's going to do. And he said he's going to play a strong team. And before I get into the starting 11s, let's talk about some of the things that Ten Hag mentioned in the press conference. Obviously, Bruno was with him. The main things I want to touch upon are, look, Casemiro not starting. His excuse was pretty much, just to say it plain and simple, is he started McTominay all of these games simply because we've won the games ever since Casemiro has come. And winning team, that's basically what he said. A winning team, he's not going to change a team that's winning games, and that's what Ralph done last season, and look where it got us. Look, I'm not putting the blame on just starting a winning team, but not that it's shocking, but for me, if I was a manager and I was putting in a team, if I was starting a team against a Man City, look, I would have definitely started Casemiro. Different teams offer different challenges, and yes, there will be risk with whatever lineup you choose. But against Man City in particular, he should have started Casemiro. And I was like, okay, we've won games. So even when the game started, I was like, okay, let's see. It might work, it might not work out. But deep in our heads, we knew that we weren't going to win that game without Casemiro. And not that Casemiro would have kept us in the game, but I think we would have conceded a lot less. And he's the type of player you need in these games. Players who play high possession football and we're going to play on the counter. You need Casemiro in the team. And yes, just because it works against Arsenal and Liverpool, it just shows how far ahead Man City are in comparison to the other teams in the league. They are way ahead. You saw the goals. Yes, we made it somewhat easy for them, but they are way above everyone else in the league. So it's pretty shocking. Not shocking, but it's. I don't expect that from Ten Hag. You need to play different teams, different times. Yes, there's winning teams. Yes, there's a momentum, right? But you need to start your best players in different games. Different teams offer different challenges, and that's it. So tomorrow against Omonia, he said he's going to go strong. Of course, there was a lot of talk about Ronaldo not starting, him possibly going in the January transfer window. Eric Tanner was getting annoyed, but you could see that, it was a regular talking point after the Man City game, which is kind of very disrespectful towards Ronaldo, to be honest. He didn't start the game, he didn't play at all, and then straight away there were talks about him leaving in January. Just a way to try and shift the blame onto someone else, or to shift the main conversation point, which at the time was what a shambolic performance we had against Man City, and then Ronaldo comes up in the headlines in the next days after the Man City game, and I don't understand what the point of that was. Well, clearly I do, but I just don't get it. Like, just leave Ronaldo out of this. It was the same last season when Ronaldo went off to Portugal. I think, was it after the Champions League, and then we got knocked out against Atletico, and I think it was after that. And then he was in the headlines how he went to Portugal without saying anything to the manager, or whatever happened last season. And then he comes back and he scores a hat-trick against Tottenham. Look, tomorrow, if we smash Omonia, it doesn't mean much. We should win this game 3-4-0. They're a poor team. They lost to Sociedad. They lost to Sheriff 3-0. That's 2-1 to Sociedad. We're going to have a lot of possession in this game. And this is why we need to have a strong team. This is the thing. It's not like we have that squad depth to be comfortable with both starting 11s. I mean, Man City could do that. Man City can play two different teams and they're happy. We're not in that position. Even if all players were fit, we're not in that position. So it's good because Ronaldo tomorrow will get a very strong team, and he's going to get quite a bit of service, I would expect. Sociedad was a tough game. Sheriff, he didn't get that many opportunities, but Omonia are poor. And, let's get into the starting 11 because, look, Ronaldo's going to start tomorrow. And the team I'm expecting to see with Varane out, Maguire out, Van der Beek out, Wan-Bissaka out, is that the low will start. You're going to see Lindelof and Martinez. You're going to see, I think we're going to see Luke Shaw at left back, which I would like to see. I think we're going to see Luke Shaw at left back. I think De Gea stays in goal. Midfield 3, I think Casemiro starts, and there's still an opportunity that Casemiro starts on the weekend. I think he could take him out 60, 70 minutes because changes need to be done in the Premier League. There's no way you can keep that same team. Everton have had a good few last games, and we need to start a strong team against Everton as well. So I think he's going to go with Casemiro. Bruno was with Ten Hag, so he's definitely going to start, and Van der Beek's out. So it's either he goes Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno and takes both of them out in the 60th minute, and then maybe play some of the youngsters or whatever. We have to wait and see. But it's either he goes Casemiro, Fred and Bruno, or he's going to play Eriksen for 60 minutes because he said he's going to play a strong team. I think he's going to go probably Casemiro, Fred and Bruno. But it wouldn't surprise me if he played Eriksen. Eriksen was very poor against Man City. He played a full 90. He probably needs a rest, but I could see him starting Fred. So I'm going to say Casemiro, Fred and Bruno. It's a good enough midfield to beat Omonia. And then I think, look, in the front three is the interesting one. I think, is there a place for Martial? Is there a place for... A lot can change in these next couple of days in terms of decision making, in terms of, Ten Hag's starting 11 for Everton. It could really change. In his mind, look, if tomorrow some players play well, if Ronaldo scores 2-3 goals tomorrow and he's had a fantastic game, man of the match, how could you drop him for the Everton game? Because you need that player in a game against Everton where we're probably going to have a bit more possession. And you need to create chances. And what we've seen even with Rashford, Sancho and Antony, even when we've won games, we haven't created all that many chances. There's no output there. There's no player there who's been such a threat in possession, really. Rashford hasn't been good in the striking position. So we need to see what happens. But I think tomorrow, God, is he going to drop Sancho? I think he's probably going to go Rashford, Antony and Ronaldo. I think he's going to drop Sancho. He might bring him on 60th, 70th minute. And then he'll take off Antony. Maybe bring Elanga on. It really depends on how the game goes. If we're winning comfortably, he's going to take some of these players out. If Ronaldo scored a hat-trick by the 60th, 70th minute, he'll take him out and he'll probably play him on Sunday against Everton. Same with Casemiro. If he has a good game, he'll play him. This may have just opened his eyes, really, because you can't be playing a winning team every single game. It's complete nonsense, okay? It's already bad if some of your players are injured because, you got to play the same team. You're kind of forced to do that. But now, you still have some options. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka at right back, you don't have options. You can try and play Malacia at right back. Brandon Williams is not there. So at fullback is a worry. You can try Luke Shaw at right back, won't work. So Delo will have to play probably, again, 65, 70 minutes. And then maybe you shift Malacia at right back. Keep Luke Shaw at left back the whole game because Luke Shaw needs minutes anyway. So he's probably going to play Luke Shaw the whole game. Delo will start at right back. He'll take him off 60th, 70th minute. Bring Malacia on at right back. And then... And that's it. So tomorrow I expect a dominant performance. Again, I expect no less than... I don't expect anything less than a 3-0 win. Okay? There needs to be a bounce. And we should win this very comfortably. So guys, let me know what you think. I'm going to go with a 3-0. Let me know what you think. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.